Hey lovies, this is Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot. Happy Tuesday. I hope that you guys have been having a great week so far and had a nice weekend. I haven't checked up on you guys since I believe Saturday night, so I do hope that you guys have been well for the past few days and all that good stuff. Hope you're having a great evening and stuff so far. If you end up catching it now or, whenever. Yeah, so if you're new to the channel, as you guys start coming in, welcome. I hope you like what you see here and decide to stick around. Hit that like button and subscribe, all that good stuff to help support the channel. And hit the notification bell as well so that you can be in the know of when I am on and whatnot. That would be very cool as we build our little soul family here and whatnot. And for those of you who've already been rocking with your girl for a bit, welcome back and thank you for the continued support. I greatly appreciate you guys and everything that you do to help support the channel and, being active in the comments and all that good stuff. You're always greatly appreciated. So with all that said, this tonight will be just a general collective message. There's a fly in here. I'm sorry. You're going to see it going back and forth. But yes, this is just a very general message tonight. No particular rhyme or reason. I felt drawn to a certain set of cards. And Spirit was like, you're going live. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess we are. So with that said, we're going to get ready to get started. I was trying to wait for people to come in, but whatever. I'm just going to get started because I don't feel like waiting. I'm tired and I'm hungry. But yeah. So with that said, we're gonna get started with the energy oracle to start and go from there. See what Spirit has to say. So we'll get like maybe 3 or 4 cards from here to start off the reading, and then we'll keep the momentum going after that. All right. So let's do a quick little mantra before we start. Spirit, only let positive energy into this reading for the collective. Show the collective what they need to see at this time for their highest good. Give us the clearest and most accurate messages possible, please, and thank you. Split the deck, and we have, when we split, I looked up as 222. When we split the deck, we have Angel Balance and Indecision. So it's kind of giving so far that you guys are just trying to, figure it out. Trying to figure it out. You don't know necessarily what way you want to go right now. You just want things to almost like make sense. That's what I heard. Make sense. Things have been maybe feeling out of sorts, out of balance in your life right now, and you're like, okay, I gotta figure it out. But then comes the tough decisions that you might not really want to make. That's just splitting the deck. All right, we're gonna do a few shuffles, and then we'll pull some cards. Also, as the messages resonate, let me know in the comments. And if you guys have reactions, from what I understand, the reaction stuff doesn't work anymore for whatever odd reason. I'm not sure why. But reactions just have not been a thing for any readers that I know. So if the reaction buttons are there, you can use those as well. Let me know when you connect. Throat chakra. Hi, Harold. How are you? That's my uncle's name and my grandfather's name. Hope you're well, Harold. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So let's get some general messages for the collective. All right. So we have all tied up here on the bottom. All right. Hey, 123. How are you? Hope you're well. But yes, Harold, yep, that is my, like I said, my uncle and my grandfather's name on my mama's side. All right, we have the goddess of the moon here on the top. Very intuitive folks too. And ooh, look, the way that the deck split like this. Angel Balance is here again. But we also have the temple path. So what I'm getting is like this is a time right now to follow guidance. Guidance from your ancestors, the universe, your spirit guides, whatever you believe in. Right now, as you kind of figure out how to navigate this particular part of the journey, allowing yourself to surrender and release, no longer holding on to things that no longer serves is what I'm kind of getting right now, just starting out. Because again, things might have been feeling very out of sorts, out of balance for a while. Hey Archie, how are you? Hope you're well. That's what we're getting so far. Um, but yeah, just trying to find that sense of balance in your life again. Maybe things have been feeling really off. 515 when I looked up. But yeah, let's see what else is going on with you guys. This is just a collective message, my love. If you'd like to stick around to see if there's messages in this reading for you, by all means you can. You're more than welcome, but this isn't personal questions at this time. All right, so let's see. This one. There we go, with that goddess of the moon again showing up. So it's definitely giving people who are very intuitive. I'm also getting this energy of following like your own inner compass too. Somebody who's very intuitive. Sometimes maybe you don't know how to follow your own intuition. Maybe that's a struggle for somebody. Just having a hard time deciding, you know, do I trust my own intuition enough to be able to help navigate me on this path? I feel like the Most High, whatever you believe in, they're trying to steer you, but you have to also be willing to allow them to help navigate. Okay, something like that. Very interesting. Something about the heart chakra might be important right now. It's not the heart chakra. It says woman holding a heart, but I heard heart chakra, so we're gonna roll with that. There could be something about the heart chakra that's involved right now. That you could just have heavy emotions involved, and moon energy is also heavy emotion too. So there could just be a lot of emotions involved. I'm kind of getting this energy of don't let your emotions cloud your judgment. We do have 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel here on the top of on the top of the deck here. That is your crown. So getting, those answers, and I did just say something kind of along those lines, getting those answers, right, as you navigate harder parts of your life, especially things that are very, very heart-centered. So there could be something about, I'm getting different downloads right now, so bear with me. But one thing I'm getting is like something about a relationship for somebody. Other people could be like family oriented. I'm also getting work. Somebody might work in like the helping field, and they're trying to figure out if the place that this is a download, if where they're not what they're doing, but where they're working, is it something that they want to continue to do? It's not the work that's the problem. It could be the community in which you work in. That seems very specific for somebody. That's not going to be for everyone. So only take the messages as they resonate. We have the Magician and the Mirror here in the middle of the deck, which is about alchemy, being able to understand your power. And that's what I was kind of picking up on too, is like you guys have a lot more, probably power than you think you do. That's what I'm kind of getting. All right, so let's get maybe like a couple more from this deck. And we're going to keep the ball going. Ooh, I like that. Cornucopia. Waiting for, the fruit of your labor to come in. And we did see like that Angel of Balance card come out before, and now we have the number 11 up here, which is about like the Justice card in tarot. It's about balance. So, all that hard work that you put into other things is now going to start paying off. It might take some time, but it does seem like there's something promising happening here. Hey Dolores, how are you? I hope you're well. All right, the thinking man is here on the bottom, so it's kind of giving this energy of, thinking things through. Remember, I was saying there could be something about emotions that kind of cloud your judgment from time to time. Let me know that resonates at all. But this might be a time to make more like a head over heart decision. We were getting that energy of there could be a sense of indecision. Yeah, because there could be some type of attachment that you have still that you've been holding on to a little bit too long. Yeah. It might make it harder for you to alchemize the things that you want, right? So just understand, again, your guides are trying to help you along the way, but they also want you to understand that you have a lot more inner power than you give yourself credit for. Let's get one more from here, Spirit. One more from this deck. Thank you. Yin and Yang, another card about balance. Another card about balance. Also given like this energy of like balancing your divine and masculine energy as well. Very interesting. Angel of balance. I mean, you can't make it up even if you wanted to. You really can't. This card showed up about 4 times. And there's quite a bit of cards in this deck. So, yeah, door to value. Look. They're like, we got your back. You have to be willing to listen too, right? You have to be willing to take the guidance. You know, when you get those nudges that are, you know, pointing you in a certain direction, are you willing to listen? Are you willing to accept it? Because you might be, you know, holding on to certain attachments that you know don't really work for you anymore. Whatever those things may be, it's different for everybody. But, you know, when the more you recognize it and allow yourself to be guided and follow where you're being guided, you allow your intuition to come through. I'm telling you, you can manifest whatever the fuck you want. You have that power. Nobody can take that from you. All right, let's get one more. I know I said that was the last one from here, but Spirit said one more from here. One more from here, Spirit. Holding the heart officially on the spread now. We're talking about like those emotions getting in there sometimes. I'm getting also there could be you guys might be seeing like the number 2 a lot. 2, 4, and 6. Let me know if that resonates. Door to value is here again. Yeah, I'm getting like a head over heart decision is going to allow for the things that you've been wanting to attract. It'll allow for it to come through, but you can't stay too close to your emotions. Also be mindful of people in your energy who might have not the best intentions. You know, their envy could be something that, you know, can be also an attachment that has been kind of clouding your judgment. People saying things like naysayers. I just heard naysayers. You know, telling you things, and it gets you all in your thoughts and your emotions, and next thing you know, you're like, I might not be able to do that. Maybe I don't have the capacity to do that. But this card just keeps showing up. You're like, you can alchemize whatever you want, but you also have to have that free will within yourself. That's the all tied up card, to understand that it's okay to, you know, release attachments that, you know, have been holding you back. All right, so we're gonna read now from the scrapbook chromatic Lenormand. Sorry, Lenormand. All right, split the deck. All right, so we have dog here along with coffin. So I'm getting this energy of you guys might have been loyal to something that needs to just be done. Something that just needs to be done. It's over. Whatever this is, I think you guys know it's done, but there's something to remember. I said something about like that heart energy, right? Something that you care about, something you hold near and dear to yourself, but realizing, okay, I can't do this much longer. Hey, Butterfly World. How are you? I like that name. That's really cool. Do I work with moon water? I personally don't usually work with moon water, but I know a lot of people who do. It's one of those things that I would like to learn more about in terms of how to work with it. I think that's pretty cool. Do you? I know it's great for like recharging stones and things like that, and alchemizing. Pretty cool. But again, I've never personally done that. Sorry, I have like a little nick in my nail, which sucks because these are my real nails, and I'm like, oh god. If I get a little nick underneath the underside of my nail, it's hard to like file it down without messing my nail up. All right. Yeah, it is pretty cool. And you're very welcome. I'm happy that you're here. I don't think I've seen your name before, and if I have, I apologize. I usually try to remember when I see names, because I try to, you know, say hi to everybody when people come in. But you know, sometimes my memory isn't always the best. Go into a room and forget why I walked in there, so you know, I do try. Right, we have Lily here. Every time I see this card, it gives me like this sense of like giving yourself a little bit of grace. When I think of a lily, I just think of it as such like a pure, pretty. I mean, there's different ones, of course, but it's just such a pretty card. I mean, card, pretty. The card is pretty too. Um, but yeah, like just something about that particular flower. Lilies are just so pretty. Gives me like a sense of. I heard the word serene. Um, yeah, so that's pretty cool. So it's this energy of, give yourself flowers. You know what I mean? Like, give yourself flowers. Be able to, recognize your worth. Be able to, give yourself a pat on the back sometimes. I think, sometimes, some of us, myself included, we get so caught up in, trying to do everything right all the time and be perfect and all these different things that we forget that no one's perfect. Give yourself grace as you're navigating, right? These different phases of life. We don't always know, right? But even with all the confusion, right, and being all in our heads, all in our emotions, allow for the Most High, whatever you believe in, to help guide you. That's the big message here. They want you to give yourself grace and credit. You guys probably are just maybe you're too hard on yourselves, is what I'm really picking up on so far. Let me know if that resonates. It has to resonate with at least one person. Yeah, so you say you would be interested in buying water? I mean, I know you can make your own and you can purchase it even online. And there's like Florida water too. That's another good one from what I've heard. But yes, welcome, Amanda. I'm gonna try to remember that's your name. Oh, who lives in the SpongeBob SquarePants? All right, so we have the tower here on the top, and it could be one of those moments in life right now where life is life, right? And we're just like, damn, I'm gonna say we because I get it. It's just like all the things that could happen all at one time. It just be like, damn, man, life is just life, and you're just trying to keep it together. You try to keep that straight face is one of the things I'm getting. Like you're trying to keep a straight face. Friend, what are you doing? Stop doing too much. Um yeah, trying to keep a straight face, right, as you just try to figure it all out. Yeah, crossroads. So we already saw that energy. It literally was a crossroads card that showed up in the first deck. So yeah, it's rough right now, man. And it's okay. You will be okay. You will be okay. All right, so let's get like 3 from here. Excuse me. And then we're gonna keep going. Like I said, I have some pre-selected decks that Spirit kind of guided me towards. So there's messages in these, hopefully for everybody who ends up watching. We have Bear. And remember I was talking about, the divine, your ancestors, so on and so forth. You are protected. The Bear is about protection. So I'm definitely picking up heavy vibes with family, like passing on loved ones type thing. Um, I know my ancestors have been showing up a lot lately for me. So some of you guys might be feeling the same way. Yeah. Anchor. That's about stability. They want you to know that you are protected. Luck is going to start to change. Things will start to shift. But you have to allow for yourself to be guided and follow where you're being guided, because you'll get the inklings, right? You're like, ooh, I should do this, whether it's a career change or whatever, different things. And then you get caught up and you're like, no, I can't do that. You beat yourself up. You don't realize how worthy you are of these great changes that can come your way if you allow them to happen. Yeah, birds. That's about companionship, and communication as well. They might be trying to communicate with you in different ways. Listen, pay attention. It could be in the form of numbers. I was picking up on some angel numbers a little while ago. Like, in the form of numbers is one thing. For those of you who might be like clairaudient, You might be hearing things like you know, and I'm not saying like in a like, or you might start to hear things not like in a schizophrenic like that. I'm not making fun of people with schizophrenia, but what I'm saying is like, you know, you'll hear a phrase or something like that, especially if it's like on a loop. I mean, it's different for everybody, but like, let me know if that resonates with any of you. But so people who are clairaudient, they hear things like in a loop, or it's like almost like your ears are trying to tune into a conversation or to a message, and you're like, what the fuck is that? You might not always know at first, like it'd be confusing, especially if it's like something new for you. You'd be like, I don't know what that is. That's confusing me. It might even scare you a little bit, and that could be a way that they might communicate too. I did hear this. If you've been being, if you've been feeling like a touch or something when you're like, especially when you're sleeping, like I felt this. I felt somebody go like this. I felt somebody go like this on the arm. Let me know that resonates for someone. That's a message for someone. They're like, a loved one is trying to communicate with you and let you know, hey, I'm here. You might also randomly smell things like someone's perfume and stuff like that. So I'm definitely getting strong, like passed on loved one energy, and they want you to know that they're around. Very strong. So you might smell perfume. You might even smell like, you know, things that they ate or drank, or that they would cook and stuff, and that you're like, that's not anywhere near my home right now, but why do I smell it? Might be at a certain time all the time. Like you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, why do I smell that? Or why do I feel that? You know, different things. Some will be different for everybody if that's your message, because that was very specific. That's not gonna be for everybody. But yeah, they try to communicate with you in different ways. Child. This is about, I heard the word infancy. This is about new beginnings. You're like, come here, my child. I will shield you. I will protect you. Yeah, fish. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. I heard endurance. Top of the deck. Clover, yeah, they're like, keep going towards where you're meant to go. We want to help you. Another card that represents like protection and strength, stability. And I'm hearing family tree, lineage. Wow. This is interesting. I didn't know where this reading was going to go. One more from your spirit. I did not know where this reading was going to go. But this is very interesting. I do hope that the message so far is resonating and helping somebody on this journey. You know, if you've been feeling a little bit, you know, weak, or just feeling like doubtful about yourself and the things that it is that you want to do at this time, they're letting you know we got you. Yeah, see. Fish is here again. Getting endurance. Clover again. Hey Jen Wolf, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anchor is here again. We just talked about stability. Wow. A lot of messages are repeating. Okay. They're sending love. And they will also want you to love yourself more. Remember I just said something like, give yourself flowers. So we had a lily and now we have a bouquet. They're like, give yourself flowers. Give yourself, you know, that grace that, you know, a lot of us are almost afraid to give ourselves. That's what I'm picking up on so far. Yeah, and it's a hard decision to make, right? Because sometimes we, you know, we get, again, caught up in our minds and thoughts and our feelings, and we're like, you know, we hold ourselves back because we're like, oh, I don't think I can do that. They're like, yes, you can. Especially if we're trying to help you, you gotta listen. Accept the help. Wow. Yeah. Remember we talked about a lot of intuitive folks, deep knowing, before I even do any shuffling or anything. What's in the middle of the deck? Yeah, here and now. Focus on the here and now. Don't focus on the things that have already taken place. Don't worry too much about the future. Set goals now that will help impact your future in a positive way. That's what I'm getting. Where am I from? I am from the United States. Connecticut in particular. That's the state I'm from Connecticut. Not too far from New York. Literally a hop, skip, and jump away on the highway. Like a half-hour drive. 45 minutes. More like 45 minutes. Depending on the traffic. Alright, let's see. Where are you from? Like 3 more from here, Spirit. Thank you. Time to go. Yep. Time to remove yourself from certain attachments, and we already talked about that. There are certain things that no longer serve, and you know, making that choice is possibly really, really difficult. Yeah. Thank you, Butterfly. Butterfly World. Make sure you come back now. You hear? Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate you. And I'm happy that you like the channel so far. There's going to be plenty of other readings like this. And, you know, I do the personals from time to time. Not often, I'm not going to lie. I don't do those that often, but I do. As well as, like, pick an emoji or pick a card readings and stuff like that. A little bit of everything on this channel. So, you know, as we build it up slowly but surely, you know, I love when new folks come in and enjoy the energy. That's really all we can do, right? We're building. Building blocks here on the top. Yes. So, as I just said, ironically, I just said, you know, making plans right now that and steps that will allow for you to be able to, you know, meet the goals that you want to meet at later points in time, right? Don't dwell on it, right? You can't change anything in the past, and you can't necessarily dictate the future. However, you can impact it in a positive way through your planning and your actions. So that's why, you know, being present is so important, right? So just be present and then build from there is what I'm getting. Yeah, a change in the wind. So there are changes that are about to start taking place because of that. But again, allow yourself that space to be able to, you know, recognize when it's time to remove yourself from something that just doesn't, you know, serve you and your highest good anymore. Whatever that is. It's going to look different for everybody. So 27, as I say that, you know, take the messages as they resonate, but, you know, you'll know what you're meant to do when that time and those opportunities present themselves. So follow where you're being guided. That's the big message here throughout this reading. Yep. Thinker. Go figure, right? We had the thinking man earlier too. Ren, what are you doing, girl? You're doing too much. You gotta figure out what you're gonna do, girl. Sorry, it's my cat. She's just doing a whole bunch over here. Stop. She's trying to like scratch up things, and I'm like, you never even do that, so what are you doing? Sorry. Thinker. Yeah, thinking too much. And then not only thinking too much, but, you know, I'm getting people with, and I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing with you because I have the same thing. I'm getting people who might have like anxiety and stuff. And if you have anxiety, not only do your thoughts get the best of you, but your emotions too, right? It's hard to balance all that shit. It's a lot going on all at one time. And you're just like, I don't know. Oh, and when I look up 4 people and 4 likes, the number here is 44. So go figure. I had mentioned earlier I was picking up on the number 4 a lot a little while ago. But yeah, like, yeah, it's just like, goddamn. You know what I mean? It's like, why do things have to be so complicated? And then you get your feelings, your emotions, everything just kind of, you know, kind of takes over at one time. Yeah. But this is about preparation too, you know, a leg up. You know, I'm like, thinking of a master plan, yeah. Somebody might like the rapper Rakim, let me know in the comments. But yeah, like, yeah, it's definitely giving this energy of like, you just want to make sure that you have your ducks in a row. But sometimes you're not going to always have all of your ducks in a row. Sometimes things just have to kind of happen. You have to make those conscious, you know, efforts and decisions to just do it. Like Nike, just do it, you know? Yeah, you know, make an educated decision, of course. Observe, pay attention, right? But allow yourself to, you know, make mistakes too at the same time. Hmm. Yeah, fork in the road, another card about decisions. So we have 3 cards at this point that showed up talking about decisions. 3 different decks, cards showing up. Decisions. Overthinkers, or people who get in their emotions a little too much, and it makes it hard for them to be able to make a conscious effort or decision into a new direction, which holds them back, and then they beat themselves up about it. I could probably end the reading right there. Let me know if that resonates. That's for somebody. Spirit was like, let's make it very clear and concise. This is what's happening. That's the end of the reading. No, let me stop. All right, let's get one more. Something did try to come up. I don't know what that was. Okay, I've got 2 cards. 2 times. Oh, look at, wow, look at that. 1111, baby, make a wish. And I just talked about the number 11 and balance, didn't I? All right, so we have to be fair, which literally is about like the justice card, and the number on here adds up to 11, 38, right? And then we also have by the book. Also has the number 11 on it. So 11 is a big deal for a lot of you guys. So we got what? How many 11s did we get? Or variations of it? So we got 11, 3 times. 3 times showing up. Like I said, in variations as well of that number. So, other variations, I should say. They're like, look, to be fair, you guys have been trying to do everything by the book. Some of this could be like even, and maybe that's why ancestors were showing up so heavy in this reading. I'm kind of possibly getting that there could be like family ties and karmic ties that you're going to be working on, and that could be part of the reason why it's difficult as well, because it's one of those things like, and that's why I heard naysayers earlier. You know how family is. This is for somebody. It's not going to be for everyone, but this is for someone. You did everything exactly the way that you were told to do things for a very long time, and you realize this is not for me. I don't want to do things this way anymore. And you're just like, well, if I go against the grain, if I go against what my family expectations are, excuse me, and I did notice I had like a throat chakra thing going on a little while ago, it puts you in a position possibly where you are like questioning everything that you think you know. And we just see the Tower card that showed up earlier too. Wow, it's all making sense now. So it's like, you know, there's like this tower. What are you doing, man? There's like this tower moment happening essentially where you're realizing, whoa, I have to do things completely different. And you're being guided to do it, but you don't feel confident in what it is that you're being called to do. Yeah. We have exchanging gifts here. Maybe you have some type of gift that you, and I was picking up on that even earlier. Wow, everything's coming like, we're not even done yet, but it's kind of coming full circle. Because I mentioned something about spiritual gifts. And I was like, somebody might be like clairaudient or something. Somebody might have this, somebody might have that. And now it's kind of given that a little bit more. It's like there could be something where these were things that, you know, people told you it doesn't exist or they frowned upon it or whatever. And now you're exhibiting those things, and it kind of again goes against the grain. It's like, this is just not you know how I grew up, therefore it must be wrong. And I'm getting more of a, it's not that it's wrong, it's just that you are dismantling everything that you thought you knew. Imagine the possibilities when you allow yourself to do that. Yeah, change is good. if you do things the same way all the time, Imagine any of us doing that, right? If we never change. Think about the monotony of life, how boring things are. Or, if you know something just doesn't sit well with you, but you keep doing it anyway, rain don't start. And it doesn't sit right within you. Ask yourself those hard questions. Like, why do I do things the way that I do them? Is it because I'm too comfortable? Is it because I have a certain attachment to it because of upbringing? These are questions. This is shadow work shit now. you know, ask yourself those difficult questions because those questions are coming up for a reason for you. These are things you probably think about often, and then maybe try to shy away from it because you're like, I'm thinking too much. But you probably are really thinking too much. But like, you know, sit down with your thoughts as long as they're healthy thoughts, and allow yourself to manage them. Blessed. Too blessed to be stressed, honey. Recognize that. Yeah. Recognize that. Yeah. And also recognize when certain things are not for you. Ren, stop. I don't ever yell at my cat, but sometimes she be doing way too freaking much. And this is one of those times. Yeah. I heard castaway. Some of you guys might feel like you'll be ostracized or casted out by your family for making these new choices. No, thank you. You know better. That's not okay. And you know it. I talk to my cat like a human, and she understands me. She's 10 years old. Yep, look at her. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, you know better. I have to talk to you like my students sometimes. But yes, understanding, right? When things are not for you. Strategizing a new plan. Interesting. And then there's also like the fortune cookie. We're talking about like fortune changing as well. Again, you might feel like you might be like casted out, by your family or something if you go in this new direction. But I think you are also being called by, your family, the past ones anyway, to do something different. Yin. For some of you, this could be a feminine energy, like a grandmother, great grandmother, something like that. Um, God, that number two. There's so many twos here, so many fours. Twos, fours, like, holy shit, 22, 44, 22. A lot of those numbers. 11, showing up throughout this reading. A lot of them. So something about those numbers might be resonant for somebody. All right, let's see. Hey, Monica, how are you? Hope you're well. All right, guys. So if you're resonating with this message so far, let me know in the comments if you feel comfortable, or hit that like button. Whatever you would like to do to help support the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I hope that you guys have been enjoying this reading so far. We're gonna pull from a couple more, well, after this, a couple more decks, and that will be the end of the reading. But yeah, we're building this channel up slowly but surely, and I hope that you guys decide to, be a part of this journey of mine. And also be a part of the little family that we're building. A lot of people are starting to get to know each other in the comments, and that's what we're doing here. We're supporting each other on our paths, right? Doing different things and going through different things. We're learning, we're growing, and that's all we can do. So that's what this channel is about. So whatever I can do to help in that journey and add a little bit of humor in the process too, because we laugh on here a lot. We laugh, we cry, we do all the things. So yeah, definitely stick around if you're new. And again, for those of you who've already been rock with your girl for a bit, welcome back and thank you for the continued support. All right, so we're gonna pull from the tarot real quick. We're gonna just do maybe a little 5-card spread. I feel would be good. All right, so when I split the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles here, along with the Four of Swords, which lines up a lot with what we've been kind of feeling, right? There are all these great things that can come towards you, different opportunities that can present themselves, a lot of stability, right? However, there's the fear that keeps you kind of on the fence. You're straddling the fence and you don't really know what to do because you're like, I'm scared to go that way. whatever that means. So it look different for everybody. And for some of you, it has something to do with family dynamics and stuff like that, and expectations that you're trying to kind of shy away from, or you're learning how to shy away from. But it's a difficult decision because you're like, oh, I don't want to be disowned from my family. So that's not for everybody, but that's definitely for someone. We did pick up way early in the reading that it could have something to do with a career change. We picked up on that as well. But that decision, nonetheless, whatever the case may be, is a difficult one because there's something that you hold near and dear to your heart that keeps you kind of holding on longer than you'd like. Let me know if that makes sense and resonates for any of you in the comments. Hey, Care Bear, what's up, girl? How you doing, Mama? I'm about to say Mama and my love at the same time. How you doing, Mama and my love at the same time? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Guys, check out Care Bear. She hasn't read in a while, but the content that she got up there, timeless readings, check her out. She's really, really good. And she is a part of our community that we're building slowly but surely, and I'm really grateful for her, and I'm happy that she came across my channel and decided to stick around because, like I said, she's very gifted. She does a lot of cool things, so definitely check her out. And she's big on like astrology and stuff too, if you're into that. Very cool. So bottom of the deck, and it goes right back to the stuff that we talked about very early on in this reading. So I can't wait. I'm gonna support you just like you've been supporting me. But yeah, so back to choices, right? Decisions that are hard to make because you're like, oof, I'm at this fork in the road, I don't know what to do. But they're telling you, go for it. Knight of Wands here on the top. Go for it. Yeah. There will be this sense of an outpouring of emotional fulfillment. That's one of the things that you're worried about. Like, will I be happy if I do this? They're like, yes. With this Ace of Cups in the middle of the deck, absolutely. It looks really good. It looks very positive. So, let's see. Let's get... I'm going to put those back because I didn't even ask a question yet. Ooh, wait a minute. Whoa. I'm going to put them back. But I do want to show you guys what came out. Ace of Cups again, which we just saw. Wrench, Ace of Pentacles, and Knight of Cups. So I might have a love offer getting ready to come in. I might be getting ready to come up with some kind of communication. But that seemed very specific. I don't feel like that's for everybody, but that could be for somebody in particular. All right. Ren, if I have to get up, girl. Not like I'm gonna actually do anything. She's gonna look at me and run off and act like she's scared and go back to doing the same shit because I don't do anything. Empty threats, guys. Empty threats. I don't do anything to that cat. That's why she be doing bullshit sometimes. I'm like, Ren, come on. All right. So, what is the overall energy? I know we've got a lot of information already, but let's take a dive into that a little bit more with the tarot. Queen of Pentacles again. I'm telling you. Queen of Pentacles already showed up. And we were talking about like that sense of stability, right? You know, working on your own abundance, right? You got a lot of nice things coming towards you. A lot of nice things coming towards you. So it's just a matter of allowing for these things to happen. Wow. Again, third time now. We just picked up the fucking tarot deck, guys. Ace of freaking Cups again. The Hermit. This is a time to do some soul searching. Maybe you're also saying, what is it that I heard? What makes you tick? What is it that you actually want? Ask yourself. We talked about shadow work a little while ago. I was like, I'm getting something about shadow work. And you know what, Care Bear? The fact that you just said been focused on home balance. We talked about balance several times throughout this reading. And not only did we talk about balance, we also got the number 11 a gazillion fucking times. So many times. I'm like, yo, there's something about the number 11, 22, 44, 66. Like, there's something about these numbers. And we got, like, the angel of balance showed up, like, about... sorry for the shaking of the cameras because the cord, I'm moving it because my cat is, like, going back and forth and she keeps touching it. But yeah, we talked about balance a lot, and the justice card, that type of stuff. And there was definitely a lot of energy about just balancing everything out. That was literally the first message in the reading. Was I feel like you're really balancing things out in your life or working towards it. Wow. So the fact that you just came in, girl, that's how I know you're locked in. Check her out. She tapped in, guys. She wasn't even here, and she said that she was picking up on it because she's picking up on it for herself. And lo and behold, there's other people who are going through something very similar. I'm telling you. Look, Ace of Pentacles. Another one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. We got Tears and Wheat Tarot Show. We show enough never know what you're gonna get. Check my sister out, guys. That's Lati right there. That is my homie. That is my sister. She is amazing, and you will not regret it. I'm telling you. These are people who, like I said, I watch their stuff, where I go to them, for guidance, and they help me. So just saying, she is one of those real ones. I ain't gonna hold you. You're looking for real legit readers, like not the ones who are gonna just blow smoke. That's what you need right there. Ren, cut the shit. All right, what's the incoming energy, spirit? Wow. Okay. So we have 3 cards that came out. Let's make some space. All right, so we have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. Getting like this energy of working really hard, right? Working very diligently at something. For some of you, it is work related, and I did mention that earlier. I was getting something about maybe a career transition, but we were picking up mostly on something about karmic debt when it comes to like the family dynamic. Figuring out those karmic ties that we all have them, and being able to break that, right? That was one of the biggest things that we were coming across. So maybe it's saying, either you're working really, really hard on yourself right now, or this is something that's career oriented. We also have the Judgment card. Yeah. So again, it kind of gives like that energy of, it's very dependent on what you've got going on personally, but definitely a judgment call nonetheless. Whatever the case may be, you need to stop. No, thank you. You're being a freshie pants, and I don't like it. I know you don't wear pants. Like I said, I talk to you like I talk to my students sometimes. But you are being a freshie pants. All right. So we have 9 of Wands here. I know y'all like, this bitch is crazy talking to a cat like that, but no, seriously, that's literally how I talk to my cat. I barely yell at her, but when I do, it's more stern than actual yell. All right. So we have the 9 of Wands here, which is about somebody who's, you've really been going through it, and we talked about that earlier. Like, just, you're tired. You're just like, yo, I just want things to get right. Like, what the fuck is going on? You might ask yourself that sometimes. Like, what the fuck is this? This is bullshit. It's giving me that. It's giving me that. Let me know if that resonates. But for somebody, that's the case. But the thing is, again, you're working so hard and diligently, and maybe you don't always feel like you see the result that you want to see. Understood. But they're saying, ooh, my scalp started tingling when I said that. Jeez, the whole thing, like from all the way here, the whole top of my head, that's crown chakra energy. And we picked up on the crown chakra earlier. That shit is tingling. It feels like it feels like when you put like anything like with menthol. That's what it feels, menthol or like peppermint oil on your scalp. That's what it feels like. It feels good actually. But then it's like also like it feels like someone almost like going like that to my scalp at the same time while I feel that tingly feeling. It's really strange. Like wow, it feels like all my hair follicles opened up on the top of my head. It's so weird. Wow. I just heard someone's going to the salon soon. Maybe you're gonna get one of those special treatments with like the steam and stuff. Ooh, aromatherapy and stuff, ooh, or somebody should do something like that. I heard aromatherapy very loud. Um, you could do aromatherapy in your own house too. Like if you get like a eucalyptus spirit, here we go. This is when they get random on me because then I start sounding crazy. But because it's like, what does any of this have to do with this reading? But this is this is spirit talking, okay? They're like a great way to. This is what they're saying. A great way to wake up in the morning. If you're having a hard time waking up, I should probably do this then. You could put a eucalyptus plant in your shower and it'll help wake you up in the mornings. Aromatherapy for the win. And if you're having a hard time sleeping, lavender. Okay, Spirit, I'm hearing you. Damn. They're calling me out too. They're like, yeah, that means you too, bitch. They didn't actually say that. But, okay, I hear you. Got my thing. I hear you. But that's for somebody. Like if aromatherapy is something you've been interested in or you want to do it, they're definitely saying something about that. Or treat yourself to something like at a massage place that has like that kind of thing. They do have aromatherapy massages. Even like pedicures, they do that now too. It's pretty cool. Get your hair done. All right. Give it self-love, self-care. You gotta put that work into yourself, honey. Oh man. Okay, so let's see. Um, Ooh, the lovers. So on the bottom of the deck, we have the lovers. It's giving me this energy of choices because again, with that judgment too, it's like there's a choice here, right? You're working really hard and diligently on yourself, and it's like, well, I want to see certain results. Well, you have to, keep on putting in the work to see the results, right? Don't give up on yourself. Follow where you're being guided. Don't get caught up in your head and your emotions. That's been the premise, 5151, as I say that. That has been the premise throughout the majority of this reading, since the very beginning. So if you want to check it out from the beginning, you can. We have that moon energy, which was the first card that came out. Right? You're very intuitive, but there could also be the fear that kind of gets the best of you. So don't let that be the thing. We're seeing a lot of major arcana popping up, by the way. Yeah, they want you to be confident in yourself, in your decisions, right? When it comes to, the things that you're about to, work on. Don't let those fears and anxieties get the best of you or your emotions, right? Keep them in check. Keep them in balance. Checks and balances. All right. What else, Spirit? What's the challenge here? What's the challenge? And then after this, guys, we're going to read from 2 more decks, and that'll be it. I do hope that you guys have been enjoying this reading. If you came in a little bit later and have been vibing with the reading, go check it out from the beginning when I post it up. I'll post it up right after it's over. And yeah, see if this is your thing. If this is your thing, then, we'd love for you to continue to be a part of the collective and a part of the soul family that we're building. All right, we have the Hermit here, which is definitely, first off, got another major arcana here. But also, we just was talking about like that sense of soul searching, right? Doing that deep inner work, shadow, stuff like that. The challenge is maybe the fact that you need to take this time to yourself. Excuse me. To be able to recognize what it is that I said this earlier, what is it that you actually want? Ask yourself that question. If you've been living for other people for a very long time, it's time to get out of that mindset and start living for yourself. Queen of Swords, and I said something earlier about head over heart decisions. You gotta make some head over heart decisions. You can't stay in that mindset of, oh, I have to do everything for everyone else. Trust me, I get it. I do. I understand wholeheartedly. But in order to see things changing in direction, right? And we talked about that earlier too. Luck is on your side. Blessings are on your side. But, and that wheel can turn in a new direction. But you gotta do that inner work too. And make those hard decisions that you might not really want to make, The world, you can't make it up. Closure, endings. You know, there are certain things that have to be closed out fully. And the thing is, it's all about successful completion. So when you allow for yourself to do this, you know, you gotta do it. It's time. It is time. All right. How can the collective overcome this challenge? What can they do to overcome this challenge? And keep in mind, because I said this earlier, Care Bear, but like, you know, you're saying you do your best, and that's a beautiful thing. Keep on doing your best. Hey, Tommy, how are you? Welcome. Um, yeah, keep doing your best. And one of the messages that came out earlier, I was like, and I picked up on it very, very strong before I really even pulled any cards. I was like, I'm getting people who beat themselves up all the fucking time and just, you know, can't seem to, you know, how can I put it? I'm getting like perfectionists and things like that. People who feel like they have to just do everything right all the time. And the message that I was getting very strongly earlier was this energy of it's okay to make a mess. You're not perfect. You are going to make mistakes. Be okay with that. Your Virgo side. Yeah, Virgos are perfectionists big time. Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah. Between like, you know, and upbringing was the other thing, right? You know, then I'm getting like people pleasers too. Like I'm gonna say we, because I'm one for this. Let's be honest with myself here, as I quickly share. But like, I am that person. I'm a perfectionist, and I have a lot of anxiety around it. I've always been like this my whole life, and it stems back from when I was little. Like, I always feel like I had to do everything right because I'm the oldest. You know, my parents, the way that I was brought up, like especially with my dad, like very militant. Love you, Dad. Very militant. Things just had to be a certain way. Blah 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 blah. And education, very important. So like I tried really hard to always be an honor roll student and all of that stuff. And like I said, just do everything right. And like I know, like with my brothers, like my two younger brothers, who I also helped raise, like when I was 11. Um, like John, he didn't have to deal with it as much because it was like it was me being the oldest, and then and a girl, so I had to be like on point with everything. And then Carlos, my youngest brother, he had like different issues going on, and also he was the baby, so it was like, you know, poor John, you know, he's just in the middle, kind of just like, it is what it is, you know, just hey, what about me? And but for me, I'm like, okay, I have the attention's always on me. I have to do everything right. Carlos was getting the attention for a different reason, and then John kind of was in the middle. Um, I think they call that like the placater kid. Sorry, John. But yeah, I say that to make the point that upbringing has a lot to do with, you know, being people pleasers and perfectionists and things like that, and always feeling like you have to do everything a certain way. So that message has to resonate with at least one person. Let me know if it resonates. Um, but being able to recognize that, you know, we can't live in other people's shadows. We can't do everything that they want us to do all the time. We have to allow for ourselves to, again, make a mess. You know, make choices for ourselves that allow for us to grow. Because when we stay stuck in the mindset of, oh well, you know, I'm gonna make other people upset, now we become a people pleaser, and we're not even pleasing ourselves. Ooh, child. Okay, Spirit, I see where you went with that. All right, Ren, cut it out. Yeah, balance. That's the best way to overcome. I just want you guys to recognize that it's okay to pour into yourself just as much as you pour into everything and everyone else. Care Bear just made a good point. No more being the fixer. Ren! Yeah, no more being the fixer. And not only that, but also recognize and celebrate your your value, your hard work. Big deal. That seems like it stands out a lot. Like there's something about the fact that again you guys give so much to everyone else and to everything else and forget about yourselves. Ren, what are you doing? Stop it. Um but yeah, celebrate your victories too. No matter how big and how small. Ooh, speaking of celebrations, as soon as blessings comes in, I was talking about the word blessings just rolled off my tongue earlier, just a little while ago, like probably about 5 minutes ago, maybe a little bit more. Woohoo! Yes, that is what I'm talking about. That's right. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, so shout out also to the best moderator ever. She's just, amazing. Um, yeah. And you know what's funny? Tommy, as you just said, protect your neck from the vampires that try to suck your energy. Absolutely. And look what's here. Because on one end, I'm getting something about celebrating with friends. But the other part, now that you just said that, is also about, look at what's on the bottom here. Three of Cups, which is about friendships. And then we have that Page of Swords on the top. So be cautious, right? And mindful of the people that you allow to, siphon off of you. That's a big deal. So they want you to be cautious and cognizant of that as well, right? And that's why we're getting this energy of making sure that you're pouring into yourself the same way that you pour into everyone else. Wow. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta cut niggas off. Just saying. Gotta be like, sorry, gotta go. Gotta bounce. Skedaddle. And do what you gotta do to protect your peace. Because you're too blessed to be stressed. Exactly. Bye, Felicia. Exactly. Exactly. I can dig it. All right. So, what's going on behind the scenes that the collective might not know at this time? I think this phone should be fully charged by now. This cord is getting on my nerves. It's just like right under my legs. So every time I move, it's like shaking. If it's annoying me, it has to be annoying y'all. All right. So, let's see. What's going on behind the scenes that you guys might not know. All right, we have the Emperor here. Very interesting. So, what I am getting with this Emperor card, let's look at the surrounding energy too. 10 of Wands. Two of Swords, going back to the decisions. Interesting. Some of you, I ain't gonna lie, some of you, this could have to do with a father figure, and we did pick up very strong familial bonds being a potential thing that's been a challenge for you just lately when it comes to trying to navigate this part of your journey. It could have something to do with a father figure or some type of parental figure in general, but somebody who's very domineering maybe makes a lot of sense based on what we were picking up on earlier. And if it's not that, then it could be more so than just saying this is a time to take that sense of authority over your own life. I'm getting both. So it's one of those, take it as it resonates kind of things. But yeah, that's definitely, yeah. This is something that causes you a lot of burden. And it's like, yeah, you can't, no more of that bullshit. Yeah, you can't, again, you can't hold on to situations and or people that just keep you feeling stuck and bound, right? Can't do it. Hey Philip, how are you? Hope you're well. Let's see, what is the likely outcome? And then we're gonna read from 2 more decks before we close out. So we're almost done. We have the 8 of Wands. That is about movement forward, fast movement forward at that. It can also represent communication. Maybe you're gonna have to have a conversation with somebody. The tower. We about to say a tower. I was about to say a conversation about something that's kind of hard to have a conversation about. We had the tower card come out in another deck too. Um, yeah, there's going to be a conversation possibly to be had, um, and or just this energy of moving forward, right? Just like, yo, I gotta let those, you know, I heard the word dismantle. Like, there's gonna be this sense of dismantling everything that you thought you knew, everything you thought you felt, all this different stuff. And it's awful. It all feels like it's falling apart, but it's not falling apart. It's actually falling together, and it allows for you to be able to, build something stronger, a stronger foundation than what you had before. So this is good movement forward that allows for you to really have the top of the deck success and victory. I like that. So yeah, while it might be rough, you know, as heard, this bitch done shook the table. Somebody must have used to like watching like Love and Hip Hop and ratchet ass shows back in the day. But yeah, Queen of Cups. Somebody could have heavy water in their chart, or this could be again something that, and we talked about this earlier, something that is very emotionally involved, right? Especially when we're talking family, people you love. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many emotions involved, and it's like you just want for things to be okay. You know what I mean? Like, I love these people. I want things to just be fine. I want things to be okay. But the thing is, you know that it's not. You know what doesn't sit well with you, right? It puts you in a really weird funk, in a really weird space, is what I'm getting. But it's time to move forward. You can't let your emotions be the thing that keep you, clouded in your decision making. That's what I'm getting. All right. So, what is a last message from the tarot before we read from these last two decks to close out? Ooh, 7 left. Two cards. Pay attention. Pay attention. I heard body scan. Pay attention to what your body feels like when you're around certain people. This is energy this is not the first time that this has come up, this particular, topic. Um, Recognizing and honoring what a person or situation makes you feel like, a certain scenario, a certain setting, right? Recognizing, observe. Didn't we get the observer card earlier? Did it come out officially in the spread, or is it just, it showed up but it's not officially on the spread. But the point is, like, the observer card from the wisdom oracle did show up, and that's, just a little bit more confirmation that they want you to pay closer attention to those things, because a lot of you guys might be really losing sleep over some of this stuff. As I just looked, and now here where it just said, you're learning how to, deal with your feelings without feeling overwhelmed. There you go. Right? Body scan. Wow. Pay attention. Yeah. Definitely has to do with family and stuff. But they're also saying that, you have your own shit coming in. So, for instance, if one of the reasons why you feel like you really have to, be locked in with your family or something is because of like generational wealth and stuff, you could create your own. You don't have to rely on them too damn much. You know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Like, if it just doesn't sit well, it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. My nose is itching like crazy. The whole freaking nose. Both sides. I'm like, what the hell? It's really annoying, actually. I'm like, like bewitched. um, but yeah, we have the lovers here on the top. Again, major decisions, right? It's not easy. It's not easy. But, and Care Bear, didn't you just say something about the sun earlier? Well, look how we're closing out the tarot portion. the sun, right? When it comes to what makes you happy, that's important. So pay attention again to the energy around you. And Tommy just made a valid point earlier too. He just was saying, look, gut instinct. Not everybody has your best interest at heart, guys. Like, no matter how much we might love people, family included, either they don't have our best interest at heart, or sometimes it's not even that they're doing anything intrinsically wrong, or, you know, I want to say intrinsically, but maliciously wrong. They honestly might not even realize what they're doing. And that's why, especially when it's the family stuff, this is such an important thing to recognize, because those karmic ties and debts and things like that, right? It's familial. It goes down the bloodline. Wow. All right, let's just say here on this gut instinct card, because we were talking about that earlier. We just talked about body scan, right? Trust your initial feelings as your truest guide. They often know what's the best before your mind can catch up. You can't make this up even if you wanted to. That was one of the very first types of things that I said throughout this video. It was literally one of the first messages. I was like, there's something about you guys, super intuitive, but you guys don't listen to your instincts. You don't listen to your intuition. There we go with some confirmations. Yeah, wrong person. Yeah, certain people you gotta distance yourself from. Hey, Intuitive Interactions, aka Buki. Hey, girl. Hey. Hope you're doing great. Yes, definitely catch the replay, love, because we are about to get ready to close it out. But I love you. Check my girl out, guys. Intuitive Interactions, another one of my sisters right there. One of my people of my soul tribe. Check her out. She's an amazing reader, guys. You will not be disappointed. Amazing. Like I said, my girls, they be on it. We have grudge here, so some of you guys might be worried about, you know, what people have to say, right? And I picked up on like naysayers earlier. Like there's certain people you're like, damn, like I'm ooh, my ears started ringing when I said that. Ooh, real loud. Shit. Since I said, you might be worried about damn, that was loud. People who, you know, again, worried about, you know, their opinions, their interpretations of things, like all that stuff. And it's like you might be worried that they'll hold a grudge against you and stuff. You don't have to worry about that. Damn, my ear going crazy on this last part, or one of these last parts of the message. Like that's like in there, and it's not like before. Remember when I was like picking up on like that? It was just like a really high pitched tone in the song before, and then you guys are like, no, we hear it too. I was like, okay, so it's not just me, okay, because it was like really drilling into like in the middle of my head. That shit hurt so bad. But right now it's like just more like inner ear. It's just like, but this is just, it's a message. They're like, yeah, people who are worried about, you know, oh, someone's gonna be upset with me. Fuck that. You're all grown. Man, listen. we can't worry about other people's opinions too much. I don't say we, because I really understand. Jump in, take that dive into what it is that you might be afraid to, you know, take that dive into, because you're worried about what other people gotta say. This is the opportunity. Throat chakra, right? It's like I resonate with this. I'm one of these people. I resonate with this wholeheartedly, guys. But it says, this is the opportunity you've been waiting for. Seize the moment and trust in your readiness as you step forward. And I said, you guys are a lot more ready than you think you are. You guys are a lot stronger than you think you are. You guys don't realize, you know, and recognize how amazing you really are. You really don't. Yeah. Recognize the things that are unaligned. Yeah, this is a reality check. Reality check here. So, the top is unaligned. Yeah. There are just certain things that you're recognizing now that just don't make sense. And you're like, okay, well, I gotta do what I gotta do. So, it's time. Time is now. Let's get one more from here, Spirit. And then we're going to read from one last deck before we close out. Yep. Obligation. Whoo, child. Wow. As we're closing out this reading, holy shit. You stay where you are out of a sense of obligation. It says, your sense of duty is trapping you. Reevaluate your commitments and break free from restrictions. That was the all tied up part earlier. That are hindering your growth. And I did say, I was like, you guys are holding on to something or you have an attachment. Sorry, if I can't see me, y'all definitely can't see me. My black ass. Um, but yeah, like, yeah, you guys are, holding yourself accountable for things that are not your business anymore. And that's okay to release that. That's an attachment that you need to let go of. Yeah. Maybe you feel like you have to be of support to a lot of people and you don't even have the support that you need during the process. Yep. And you're recognizing again that certain things are unaligned. Anything that's making you feel like you're obligated to stick around or do certain things, that's probably, yeah, look, lack of accountability. Certain things are just not your business anymore. You've been holding on to that stuff way too long. You're holding yourself accountable for other people and their shit and what they want you to do, and not even holding accountability for yourself. It's like a make it make sense kind of thing. I think that was one of the first things I said in the reading. Make it make sense. That's what you guys feel like. Make it make sense. All right. So we have, as this falls on my lap, the hard truths. So we have overcoming here on the bottom before we even, split the deck or anything. What we have? A heavy burden, and we did see the Ten of Wands. A heavy burden. You are carrying the unbearable weight of obligations. Wow. How is this for full circle, guys, as we're closing out this reading? It might be hard to see that, but hopefully y'all can see that. Obligations, responsibilities, and inner battles. But hear this. Not all loads are yours to bear. Wow. Holy shit. Ooh, child. Spirit ain't playing with y'all. Or us, I should say. Spirit ain't freaking playing. Look, I'm not going to take all these cards because that's too many. But, like, I'm trying to shuffle and look, the deck went bloop. Fear of change. Yep. And we talked about change in the wind earlier, didn't we? So, wow. Alright, so let's get like 2 from here to close out, Spirit. I think that should be it, unless Spirit says otherwise. But again, if you guys have enjoyed this reading and resonated with it, let me know in the comments. Thank you for engaging in the comments and being, as my shirt says, superstars. It's my new work shirt, because I have like 50 million of them at this point after doing this for almost 8 years. Oakview Primary School Superstars, and it has like the school year in the back of the shirt. They had us do a whole group shot with all the teachers and stuff and all the staff. I was like, it's fucking hot. I was complaining the whole time. I was like, do we have to do this? I just want to go back inside. I don't want to be out here. It's hot. Got beads of sweat on my damn forehead and shit. I'm like, my black ass don't want to be hot. Well, thank you. Alright. It was a pretty decent first day, though, back with the kiddos. It was a lot. It was a lot, but it wasn't bad. But we'll see what tomorrow's like. Like the real kicker. The first day is usually like hit or a miss. It's usually that second day when the kids come in and they're like, "Oh, we about to be in full effect now because we have to be back here again." Oh, we about to whoop all that ass. Yep. So, better put on some real stretchy pants tomorrow. Put on my fighting gear just in case I get my ass kicked. All right. So you have setback here. It says, this roadblock may be the universe's way of steering you towards something better. If progress feels impossible, consider whether the timing or the path itself needs a shift. Exactly. So we did talk about you know, doing things differently, having to, you know, observe and recognize when there's, you know, things that have to kind of shift, right? Doesn't mean you have to stop completely what it is that you want to do when it comes to like a goal. You agree, Ren? You agree? But there could just be like different, you know, things in that pathway that are, you know, causing a blockage. And recognizing, you know, what the blockage is important. Being able to observe that, right? And going from there. But yeah. Ugh. Oh, you're in Cali? Oh boy. I'm in Connecticut. And it's hot enough for me. It was only in the 80s today. It wasn't nowhere near 103. This is the humidity, and I'm fat. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Lati, don't say it. Don't say it. I know. I gotta stop saying stuff like that. But no, I'm plump. I'm plump, and I don't need to be no damn heat and humidity. No, thank you. It's fucking hot, and then everybody's all piled on top of each other to take this stupid ass picture. And I'm like, I don't want to take this fucking picture. I don't even talk to these people. If they're not in my class, I don't really talk to them unless I used to work with them in my class at some other point in time. Otherwise, I don't talk to nobody. I stay to myself. People always say that you're so quiet. I've been there for fucking going on 8 years, and I'm still so damn quiet. Everybody's like, you're so sweet, but you're so quiet. Like, you're so good with the kids, but you're just so quiet. They always say that. I think people have a really hard time like gauging me a little bit, you know, reading me, because like they can tell I'm nice, like I'm always friendly and stuff, but like when it's certain things, like when it's like a lot of people together and stuff like that, and I'm just like, my anxiety kicks in, and I'm just like, and as an empath, I'm like, this is too much energy. I want to go back in my classroom. I don't want to be around all these fucking people. No, thank you. That's just me. Can't do it. Oh man, I told you guys about convocation last week. Oh my god, hundreds of people from the whole agency together in one fucking room. I was like, oh my god. I sat by myself, and then people still ended up with me. I'm like, yo, there were mad seats. How the fuck did y'all end up next to me? I'm trying to sit by myself on purpose. But yeah, I oof, yeah, social anxiety and all that, and being an empath, no fun. But anywho's, yeah, she said 30-second timeout. You gonna kick me out of my own reading, sis? No, stop. Love you. That's my girl, guys. Oh man, gotta love it. Gotta love it. Care Bear, you're so sweet. I love that you always interact. I appreciate you. Oh man, but yes, and oh, Thomas, you poor thing. I mean, not Thomas. Tommy, you poor thing. My goodness. You're in that heat. Oh my god, out in Cali with no AC. Oh no, honey, you gotta get that fixed ASAP. You don't need to be passing out and shit. No, thank you. All right, so bottom of the deck we have painful memories. So you know, one of the setbacks could be, you know, things that, you know, you're holding on to, you're harboring, in terms of how you feel, right? And we were talking about a lot of like, you know, memories and thoughts and feelings, right? So sometimes your brain might go back there, kind of goes back to like that orphaned card, maybe. Spirit's got a message here. For somebody, it's not for everybody. One of the reasons why you have a hard time moving forward from certain things, especially when it comes to family stuff, or people who you really love and care about really deeply, is because of this energy of like abandonment. That seems very specific. That's not gonna be for everybody. But there's something about abandonment, and I heard the word impasse. It's hard to move past it because you don't want to, and that's where the people pleasing stuff comes in sometimes. Because it's almost like you feel like if you do things top notch all the time, being perfect all the time, that maybe that's how you earn love and respect. Ooh, wow. I'm telling you, we're gonna have to do a shadow work reading soon, guys. Ooh, my goodness. But they want you to move on. We have smooth sailing here. getting like calm the waters of your mind, right? And your emotions too. Ooh, wow. That kind of got a little bit deep on that one. I heard that very clear. Like they were like, yeah, there's abandonment issues and shit like that for somebody. That's not for everyone. And that's where the people pleasing and being a perfectionist and all that stuff comes from. For some people, it's just a character trait. You know, some people just have that temperament, but for some, it's something that's developed over time. That's deep, very deep. Yeah. Middle of the deck, we have agreement. Yeah, finding that common ground and resolution, harmony within your connections, as opposed to feeling like you always have to, you know, go so far out to satisfy, something like that. Let's get one more from here, Spirit. Close out the reading. Yeah, Care Bear, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. And all of you guys, Tommy, Mike, all of you guys, Lati, Buki, and many others who checked in throughout the reading. I appreciate all of y'all, all the shiznits. Yeah, fear of change officially on the spread. Yeah. Change is hard, but change is also good. Change is scary. We go through it all the time, whether we want to or not. You know, so just being able to recognize, like, it's okay. And we saw change in the wind card a couple of times earlier in the reading. Yeah, change is definitely not something that, you know, is always welcomed, right? Sometimes it happens, you know, without us wanting it or welcoming it, and we just have to kind of roll with the punches. Other times we have to make change happen because we need to see growth. If we allow ourselves to stay in one place all the time, we become stagnant and we don't grow. And who wants to live a super monotonous life, right? We gotta switch things up sometimes, especially if it's things that are actually causing us more harm than good, right? On a soul level, physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever the case, we can't stay there. Yeah, finding your place. Find your place in life, right? Just recognizing, you know, what does it say here? Finding your place. The world is vast, yet there is only space. Yet there is only a space that you can fill. That goes back to recognizing who you are, right? This is not just a physical location, but a sense of alignment with your purpose. Recognizing the what you occupy in this world, right? Not just physically speaking, but in general. We all serve a purpose. We all are here for a reason. Being able to honor and recognize what our reasoning of being here and actually living in that purpose is so important. And again, sometimes I don't think I said this earlier. I'm getting that some of you guys might really struggle with that. You forget about, you know, where you're, where you know you want to be, where you're headed, but how to get there. You struggle with that, maybe, is what I'm getting. And I get it, because I even right now I'm struggling with, am I still doing what I'm supposed to do, like career wise and stuff? Because I want to make sure that, you know, my life purpose aligns with my career path. And sometimes I don't even know if I'm doing the right thing anymore, because I've been doing this for a long time. And I'm just like, when I say this, I don't mean tarot. I mean, you know, the whole teaching thing. And I like it. I'm tired. Physically, my body is exhausted. And I'm just like, oh, I love these kids so much. I'm tired. And I'm not a young spring chicken anymore. So I'm just like, I wasn't one when I started there, but I was in way better shape than I am now. So I'm just like, oh my gosh. It keep me on my toes. But you know, at the same time, you know, I know I know I'm doing something worthwhile. I know I'm helping these children and their parents too. You know, I communicate with their parents. I meet a lot of people on this path and have met a lot of people on this path. But sometimes I'm like, I almost feel like I've kind of overstayed my welcome just a tad, where I feel like it might be time for something new and different, but I just don't know the capacity yet. I feel like somebody's going through the same thing, because that was one of the first things I mentioned was a career transition for somebody. So finding our place in this world. Finding our place in this world and being able to, you know, understand, you know, how to piece it together, how to why do I see string beads? Oh my god, really? Oh, so teacher like of me. I literally see like somebody doing nesting cups. I see some like students nesting cups. I see string beads. Like everything pieces together and it makes something bigger, but we don't always understand it while we're doing it. It's such a strange analogy. Whatever. Sorry, guys. Ooh, somebody might be relocating. Somebody might be relocating. Yeah, it's funny because we got, finding your place, and then we have relocation. So some of you guys actually might be physically moving to find, um, what it is that you're meant to do. Maybe you've outgrown even where you live, right? Maybe you need to move to like a different city or state. Shit, some of you a country. That's a big deal. I can't do that. I'm too scared. But for somebody, it could be something like that. Um, yeah, it's wild. That's so cool. Blessings. I hope that she has a good time with student teaching. That's something. Let me know if she needs any ideas for, well, I don't know what the age group is, but I might be able to help with lesson plans. Let me know. um yeah, exactly, Care Bear, exactly. And that's where it becomes so confusing. Yeah. My son was out in Cali. He said he really liked it out there. He really liked it out there. Yeah. So sometimes we just have to recognize when we have to kind of, check up those deuces, right? To certain situations, certain people. And just be like, you know what? I'm focusing on me, the here and the now. You know what I mean? Wow, that was a good reading, guys. I hope that you guys, enjoyed it, because I definitely enjoyed delivering that message. It was a good one. So, for those of you who came in a little bit later, I'm gonna post this up in a second as soon as I get off of here with you guys, and you guys could watch it from the beginning if you'd like. And if you vibed in general, hit that like button, subscribe, notification bell too, all those good things to help support the channel. And yeah, so we're gonna of course, Carrier, thank you, and Tommy, thank you, and all my people, Lottie, everybody, Mike, everybody. There were a few people who popped in throughout. Make sure I don't forget anybody. Always want to make sure I shout you guys out. Bookie, duh. I know Bookie was saying she's a little bit busy. Blessings, of course, best moderator ever. Um, but yeah, you guys are so great, and I'm so appreciative. I always have to make sure I let you guys know, so you guys don't feel like I take that for granted, because I definitely don't. Yeah, Jen Wolf had popped through. Monica. Oh, we had somebody new, and I hope they decide to come back another time. Butterfly World, right? I think that was her name, or their name. I'm assuming it was a girl, but don't know for sure. Dolores, Archie, One Two Tree, Harold, and then eventually I don't see all the comments anymore. But yes, I appreciate y'all. All right, so with all that said, guys, okay, I'm running off of literally like 5 chicken nuggets. That's all I had today. Don't beat me up. I didn't take a break today at work. Just saying. So I ate the kids' lunch because they weren't eating it, and I was like, I'm up here leading lunch. I'm like, okay, so and so wants, they give me the little strip. I want goldfish. Okay, so and so says I want goldfish. What do you want? Okay. I want pretzels. Oh, use your talker. Okay, make a full sentence. I want. Okay, great. Here you go. Here's your pretzels. Like that was me as I'm eating. I'm eating the little chicken nuggets. 5 chicken nuggets. That's all I had all day. Okay, Ren, is that your way of saying, okay, bitch, get off the fucking thing and eat something? Okay, okay, I have pasta in the fridge. I'm gonna eat that. I'm gonna eat pasta. Some Alfredo. All right, lovies. You guys have a great rest of your night. And I will check. Y'all hear her, right? She's going crazy right now. She's like, bitch, you need to eat. She ain't wrong. But all of a sudden, as soon as I started talking about some goddamn food, then all of a sudden she come back. Hi, and I know you got food, so you ain't talking to me like I need to feed you because you ate, and you still got food, a lot of food, and cold water too. Hi, mama. Hi, I love you too. Hey, baby. But yes, she's a piece of work, I'm telling you. All right, guys, I love y'all. Have a great rest of your night. Make sure you eat some dinner if you haven't eaten already. And I will see you guys soon, possibly tomorrow. We'll see. Depends how much I get my ass kicked tomorrow with the kids. Because, yeah, like I said, day number 2, that's usually the one where we really, get beat up. Well, wait, hold up before I leave. One of the teachers came back. One of my staff came into the room. She's looking in the hallway, and I'm like, and she looks past, like she's looking out the door, and I'm like, why are you looking like that? What happened? And she's like, yo, I just saw somebody got the shit slapped out of her in the hallway, and I said, yo, who was it? They described the people. I was like, really? Oh, I got slapped by that kid before. That kid got some hard slaps, man. I'm like, I know they face hurt because that boy got big ass hands. Bang, like, yeah. I felt kind of bad for her, and she wear glasses too. She probably got her glasses smacked off. Oh, that's teacher life over at my school. I'm used to it. I've gotten headbutted with helmets and all kind of shit, guys. I've gotten bit. If I were like, too bad I can't like go in the whatchamacallits, like the I know, don't listen to her. Like if I could put like pictures in the freaking comments and show y'all what my hands used to look like, and they might look like that again because I got that student back this year. I have him again. When I first started working there, oh my god, I had him for almost 3 years. My baby, I can't say his name on here, obviously. We're gonna call him Ethan. That's not his name, but we're gonna call him Ethan. He's a scratcher. And and guys, like down to the white meat scratches, like all covered up, scratches everywhere, especially on my hands. Bad, and it hurts, and they bleed, and they don't. It's almost like they just never fucking heal. But my hands look way better than they used to. You can barely see the marks, thank God. But oh my god, I've seen it all. I've been bit. I had to go to the like broken skin. Had to go to the ER. When I first started, like they tell you like in PMT training, oh, when you get a bite, push in, do not pull out. Sounds so weird, but like kid had me like this, and a natural reaction is go like that, not push in. And I had the biggest freaking swollen, like this part, that little pad of meat right there, purple for about a week. Yeah, and then this part hurt too, and like his little teeth marks were like right there. You can see his little teeth marks. Got bit on the thigh. Guys, I've seen it all. So yeah. Got peed on, thrown up on, all the things. So, this is my life. It's fine. I've been doing it for going on 8 years. Apparently, I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm just joking. It's just because I really love, I love my students, and, they have special needs, and, we do what we gotta do. Yeah. So, concussions and all, it's all right. So, like I said, we'll see. If I can make it, God willing, if I can make it to check you guys out tomorrow and see what we might read about. Hopefully I have the energy. But yes. Oh, they're all different signs. I know one of my, well, right now I don't know all their birthdays yet. I have to go over their files, but I know one of them is a Capricorn and another one is a an Aquarius. That's the only ones I know off the top of my head because I had them before. But the other two, one of them is brand new to the program, and another one I never had before, so I'm not sure. But all right. I gotta go, guys. Y'all hear my daughter, right? She's talking shit to me. All right, so I love you guys. You guys have a great rest of your night, and hopefully, like I said, I'm gonna try to pop in tomorrow. We'll see. So you guys have a great rest of your evening.